Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Hustle and Claw here on Encounter Roleplay. I am your host and your keeper of all things monsters, Savvy, and we're here to play iHunt today. Thanks for joining us today, everybody, for what I believe is the fourth episode of Hustle and Claw. I'm really excited to be back on the internet with all these lovely folks today, playing a game about millennial monster hunters and their desperate need to kill things to pay their rent. It's fun, I promise. But before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors for this season. We have a ton of fun stuff going on here on Encounter Roleplay this season, and we couldn't do it without these wonderful people. So you can see them throughout the week. We have our friends that made the Snowhaven Dungeons & Dragons setting, which we use on Mondays. We play Song of the Deep. Also on that list are Modifius. We have Zweihänder in the lineup as well. We've got Accent Punk. We've got Defiant. Lots of wonderful things. The schedule for the season, as always, is pinned to the schedule channel in the Encounter Roleplay Discord, which you can join and come hang out with us. Not only do we have a schedule, we also have a lot of great people in there you can hang out with. And then obviously today, as always, I want to give a huge thanks to Machine Age Productions and our friends over there who made this wonderful game, iHunt, that we are going to play today. If you are with us live right now, I'm so glad. Welcome. You can influence this game with your retweets and your subscriptions and your donations. So we have that live tweet out there right now. Once we hit 20, we will start handing out boons and banes to the cast around me and occasionally me, which is always fun. Our donation options are there for you as well. Lots of things you can do with that. Successes, fails, banes, boons, pet pals. I always mention pet pals because I love that option, and I think it's fun to have pets in tabletop games. So there's lots of stuff like that as well. Oh, really?
Yeah. Somebody paid for a pet pal, and we got a German Shepherd, and I named him Rasputin.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, we too could have a German Shepherd.
We too could have pets, people. Open your hearts.
Please.
Open your hearts.
I'm telling you.
And your wallets. And let these kids have a pet to keep in the van. Obviously with the air conditioner on and their favorite song playing on the radio. And lots of other fun stuff as well. We have our sub goals in which we will get to take a selfie every 5 subs and our characters will get a fun advancement. And yeah, lots of cool stuff. And we appreciate obviously all of that support and engagement and love. And we love you. Let's see. Oh, real quick, if you are with us live and you see something you think is particularly good or funny, or there's something you want to, a moment you want to share from the show, clip it and post it. Post it in chat so people can see it right away. But then post it in the Discord as well, because we do a clip of the week, and maybe this week that clip will be yours. And also, I love sitting around watching them, so share them with us. And then if you are with us later on YouTube, you can participate as well in our comment of the week. So if you're with us on YouTube later on, post a comment down below. Let us know something you liked, something you thought was funny, something you thought was interesting, how you are liking this game in particular so far. Yeah, we like to hear from everybody on Twitch and on YouTube. And I'm going to stop talking for a moment and let the other people who are on the screen with me introduce themselves. So we will start with Celeste over here and then go around.
Hi there, I'm Celeste. I use Z, they, or he pronouns. I'm playing Yuna, who uses she, her pronouns. And her ex is not happy with her. We'll see what happens there.
Hi guys, my name is Morgan, also known as the Magic Matrix all over the internet. And today I am playing Terry, whose pronouns are she, her. And she's feeling kind of silly about the holy water incident, but it's no big deal.
Oh, good, that was great. Hi, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. I'm Draconics everywhere though. I use he/him pronouns, and today I'm playing Eos Parks, who also uses he/him pronouns. And what's a really cool takeaway? I don't know. He's still a katana wielding dude, and thank you for that, Savvy. He's never letting that go ever. That's his new identity.
Hi, I'm Rin of Party Wife Games. I'll be playing Ashton Dixon, aka Ash. They use they/them pronouns. I use he/him, and I am the creator of the infamous knife drum.
So everyone, my name's Elise. I am D&D Elise social media, and I'm a DM skill writer. I play Marceline. She's a hacker. She's not so great at fighting. We'll see how this goes. Also a little, so I apologize.
All right, and I already said my name, but I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the director of this particular game. And, yeah. Y'all ready to play? All right. Let us begin. So, where can I go? Last time on Hustle and Claw, it was vampires. It was a lot of vampires. It was a room full of vampires is what happened. That episode was almost just titled Room Full of Vampires. You took on some of these vamps in an apartment. Ultimately, you thought killing one by making him slip on the wet floor and staking him on a broken bar stool. Two of them, as far as you were aware, had escaped after this stressful fight in which Ash was thrown through a table. Marcy spent some time with Eos on the fire escape, tying up a vampire and then trying to stake him with number 2 pencils. Didn't go very well. Amongst the chaos of Terry having triggered the fire alarm and the sprinklers, and then just some really good fighting. It was very exciting. 2 of them escaped. You all then did some recon. Ash, you put a tracker on the car you knew to belong to some of these vampire folks. Eos and Marcy tracking one of the ones that had run away to try to get a general direction of where they had gone. Yuna trying to help and then running into Eva, her ex, in the parking lot after the fire department was called, which is incredibly awkward and at least a little bit upsetting. And then Terry and Yuna as well getting some information from other folks they knew that are either in the profession or close to it. Terry from a professor of hers that she has some suspicions about, and Yuna from her uncle, who is also a hunter, coming to pretty much the same conclusion with different pieces of information. There are lots of different kinds of vampires. There are lots of different ways to kill them, including but not limited to beheading, fire, and stakes coated in dead man's blood. After gathering this information and thinking it had been a very long day, all of you retreated back to Terry's apartment. Marcy rearranging the furniture in order to block off the windows and doors, and all of you at different intervals, Eos first, and then going through the group, falling asleep. So we're going to pick up the next day. You all wake up, probably still tired. All of you, I I don't know how well you slept. I will leave that up to you. But you all wake up alive. Marcy's defenses still in place. And yeah, for those of you, I think we talked about this last time, but just to reiterate, those of you who had taken any stress or any minor conditions, those are gone because you've had time to sleep it off. So if you had any of that, you are back fine. If you had anything more extreme than that, it takes a little bit more time, but I don't think anyone did. So we should all be back to 0 and good. All right. So let's pick up. What would you all like to do?
Ooh.
Ashes.
Terry gets
broken
cereal
into
for
the kitchen.
everyone. Oh yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say Ash was making breakfast for everyone. So
Perfect. Terry like comes in a little bit after Ash is already there and is like, I have some cereal too if you want that.
Well, you had a few things lying around, so I made pancakes.
Oh wow, I didn't even know I had the ingredients to make pancakes here.
Technically, it expired 6 months ago, but it smells like it's still good.
This should probably be fine.
It's a Best Buy date, really. Those are more of a suggestion than a rule.
Probably. It's probably fine. I'll just, I guess, go grocery shopping this week.
I'll reimburse you, of course. You know, you let us stay in the bed and everything, so...
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just finish this job, hopefully get paid, and we can all get, maybe something as a treat afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Treat yourself, Una says around a mouthful of pancakes.
I think EOS probably comes in a little bit later. Probably just woken up by the smell of pancakes. You know, if it wasn't for the smell of pancakes, he would have kept on sleeping. Was like, can I have some? There's like a limit. I'm a big eater.
Oh.
Well, it looks like Ash made a lot.
I was gonna say, it's like just like teasing him, like, oh, hate to break it to you, no pancakes for you. No, I'm just kidding. You can have some.
I was get a little bit sad there, but I would have, I guess, had cereal instead.
We're just gonna.
But thank you.
Eat them in front of you.
God, that'd be. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to work with any of you ever again if you did that. I think that'd be the highest level of betrayal.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, I just grab a plate and just sit down and just start eating. And like in between mouthfuls, I'm just gonna ask like, so do you have a plan? These vampires probably gonna come after us again.
Believe we were planning on getting some of that dead man's blood from Marcy's friend whenever she wakes up. While some of us do that, we can have others. I don't know, Ash, you already built those crossbows, right?
Yeah, those I slapped those together last night. They should be good for field use.
Perfect. And I have stakes. We just need to coat them. Oh, and we should probably have something that can behead them, and then, of course, something to start a fire, just to be extra sure that they're dead.
I think when you say something to behead them, like Eos just kind of like pats the katana that's definitely next to him on the table, on the kitchen table. Like, I can do the beheading. I've got that.
Do you want like a whetstone or something to sharpen that? It doesn't look particularly.
Ash sharpened it for me.
Oh, really? Nice.
A prince does not put his weapons on the table.
I mean, good thing I'm not
Just
a
his
prince.
bow.
Up top, I'm glad someone got that.
I thought it was good. All right, so we know where we're getting Dead Man's Blood with Marcy. Was there anything else we needed to do? Like, do we know where they are? Have you checked the tracker that you put on their vehicle, Ash?
No, come to think of it, that's a great idea. And when Marcy wakes up, I'll have her pull it up on her phone.
Always looking up. But I'm sure I wake up after everyone else, so.
I'll grab some
All right.
pancakes.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and I get out my lap and I start like terminal if to run some sort of like trace command or something to figure out what the yes locator is.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's have you go ahead and roll. I'm gonna call this overcome, which you could use your hacker skill for.
2. Ooh, that dropped me down to a 2. I rolled a bunch of negatives.
A 2. Okay. Yeah, I'll say you start to pull this up on your laptop, trying to plug in the information that Ash has given you about this tracker that that they have put on the car. It takes you a little while. It is before you get a location. You do get a location. It is not exact. It is more of an area, but it narrows it down a lot for you. You can tell that they have gone west of here. They're a little ways off from the university, into a part of town that is a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more of like an upscale neighborhood, gated community, that kind of deal. So yeah, you have sort of a little area that you could search.
Like triangulated, using some cell towers or something. Yeah, I'll like pull up the triangulated area and like show the map to everyone.
Okay, so I mean, that's something. Above game, is this close to where Marcy and I kind of followed the trail out of the apartment?
Yeah, it's definitely in that same direction, sort of that same line.
Yeah, no, yeah, this kind of the general direction that me and Marcy kind of saw when we were following the vampires that escaped. So I think we're actually onto something here. But I guess we have to get the dead man's blood first. I'm still very confused about why they have access to dead man's blood. Is that normal?
And she does like kind of like that kind of stuff for her forensics degree. So they have to work with cadavers, and sometimes they let them like intern crime scenes.
I mean, I guess it's the only way we're gonna get any blood from a dead person unless we kill them ourselves. And I'd rather not do that. Stabbing vampires was actually kind of hard enough on the soul. Yeah,
I'm not sure about murdering an actual person. Stealing their blood, though, from an already dead person is fine.
I mean, even then I feel kind of weird. I'm fine with someone else doing that.
Leave them a nice.
And that's why. That's why Marcy's gonna talk to their friend for us, and if you would like, you can find something else to do. But if it's gonna kill those vampires, I guess it's a sacrifice our souls will have to take.
I mean, I know if it were me, I wouldn't care. All's fair in love, war, and monster hunting.
Yeah, and
Okay,
getting
so-
that demi good saves, so some good ethical implication long run.
So we have that.
We
We
don't
have
really
something
need
to
it.
chop off their heads.
I mean, do you want katanas? We could go back to a frat boy's house. Most katanas come in like pairs. And they each have a pair that they hang on the wall. So maybe we could find another one if someone else wants one. If not, we can still go and get another one because 2 would be awesome.
I don't know if katanas fit with my whole style.
We could get Yuna a battle axe.
It's just like close
Oh, there's an
up.
idea.
Oh, where would we get our hands on Alex?
Well, actually, the mall has. You ever seen those novelty shops where they sell just weapons and like medieval statues and like fairies or little banners? There's one that's still in the mall. We could definitely try to steal a battle axe.
I don't know. That might be really flimsy and decorative. Maybe like a military surplus store, maybe to get like a nice, like a machete.
Amazon does have zombie survival axes.
We could Amazon Prime. Does anyone have Amazon Prime? I think we have like a student membership kind of thing, right?
Wait a minute. I could get a tactical shovel.
Now, Drac has made an excellent point here, in that you all theoretically could have the Amazon Prime student subscriptions.
Sponsor
Fair,
us, Amazon.
fair.
Prime.
I mean, hey, don't forget about Prime Gaming. Free subscription to Encounter Roleplay.
Are you willing
do
to wait
imagine
2
we're-
days to order something online?
Ooh.
That's
a good
Probably
point.
not.
I mean, we could
Their
order it
same-day
and
delivery
just
is
also
incredibly
continue go over.
reliable.
Yeah.
As
We could
as
order it
long
and
as
just still
we-
continue our plan.
I mean, as long as we stake them first, I feel like, the katana should be enough to behead them. I have a lighter, and I think we are good on weaponry unless we find something else that can help. You are free to order something off of Amazon Prime, though. I'm just not sure if it would help with this particular mission. I think we only have, today and tomorrow left.
Oh no, I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
down to just today. It was 2 days, and that was yesterday.
I thought it was 3 days.
Was it?
Let me double check because the GM doesn't remember what she told you.
And my notes
Wait,
are
while I
not in the
check our
room.
app real quick.
It's not
We're
like
just gonna
it's
check
been
the
checked.
app.
It's fine.
Hashtag big mood.
It's 3.
Eos pulls up the app again to double check. You had 3 days total.
Oh, okay.
There too. Yeah.
So that would have been yesterday. So you've got today and tomorrow. Oh, you good?
Eos kind of once he checks out on the app, he's gonna immediately switch over to Amazon and actually look for some kind of like tactical shovel, like Yuna said, or something like that.
Okay.
It's not gonna arrive in time, but maybe for
Prepare
Well-
to gun battle axe. Cyber Monday special.
Go and do a little bit of online shopping. There are a wide variety of price points for a multifunctional tactical shovel, which is a thing I didn't know existed until right now. But you can get a cheaper one for about $50. Hope it gets here on time. and hope it's good enough quality. You can spend a little bit more, upwards of $200-$300 to get something like that. Tougher, higher star rating, probably lasts longer.
I mean,
While we're here,
And if you order it in the next 2 hours, you will get 1 day shipping.
ooh.
while we're looking, is it comboed by chance? Because they always offer, and I'm sure that Bezos is listening to our phones. Is any Dead Man's Blood on Amazon up for sale as well in a combo package?
We're gonna have the FBI knock on our door.
Best deal.
Unfortunately,
It
No.
probably comes up with books named after Dead Man's Blood.
Yeah.
it does. Yes, lots of stuff.
I knew it.
Unfortunately, selling actual blood from a human is frowned upon. I said unfortunately before I had thought about how the rest of that sentence was going to sound.
You can find a lot on
Unfortunately.
Amazon, just not human remains or blood. Yeah.
No, you need to check
You can
the
get,
web for that.
You can get sort of costume pieces and replica blood vial necklaces, things like that, but probably not real blood.
Yeah. No. I think when Eos sees like the prices of the tactical shovel, he's like, "Oh, I don't really need it. My wallet isn't very happy with me just looking at this. So like, if any of you want to buy it though, 2 hours, you'll get it tomorrow."
I'll go Habsies with you.
I mean, normally I'd be up for that, but like, I don't need this tactical shovel. I already have a weapon. I kind of was looking out for everyone else, but like, this is pricey.
All right. I'll do it. I want one.
Okay, how much do you want to drop?
Let's call it 150. Not the cheap one,
Okay.
but not the super pricey one either.
Right, you can get. This is a real thing that I'm not making up. This is real in the real
Oh, I know.
world, and you can get it. It is the one you can get for about that price point is a shovel, pretty decent quality, you would say. That comes with 2 or I'll say 3 from this list. 3 different heads. So essentially, you can unscrew them and replace them. 2 different size shovel heads, and one of them is an axe head.
Perfect.
This is a real thing that you can buy in real life.
Yeah, I was totally like looking it up. Like, what is a tactical?
I remember
The
I
internet-
saw a tactical shovel for the first time on Unis Honest. It's one of the videos.
The internet is a wild place. So you place an order, you do it within the time limit, $150 out of whatever you had left from your last payment, which was rather large. But you all have paid sort of rent and everything since then. So you use what's left, drop $150, free shipping, for a tactical shovel, which will arrive tomorrow. Somebody make a note to go and check the mail. Because I'm gonna forget. Okay. All right, so you put this order in. You have a katana. Terry mentioned obviously still having a lighter. Is there anything else you want to do to try to prepare?
I'll ask Terry if she has any more raid, because I have empty insect. Or any can spray baddies.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna say the raid cans that you had stolen from the frat house are used up. There are only a couple of them. Terry, if you think you would have anything like that in your apartment that could be used, that makes sense to me. Otherwise, you all can go shopping or stealing, whichever you prefer.
I have some glass cleaner and some
Yeah,
wood
like
polish.
hairspray?
Would Terry
Good
have
job.
hairspray?
She has hairspray? That'll work. I think that
don't-
would sting the
I don't
eyes.
think I don't think Terry is the kind of person to have hairspray in her bathroom. She would have pepper spray.
Oh, awesome.
Do you want
Even
pepper
better.
spray?
I'm all about mace, your mace.
Does it have garlic in it?
Yeah, she. Garlic
So if she
spray.
wants me to have the pepper spray, I'll take it.
Yeah. Terry's like, I can always get some more. They sell them in the occult shop for some reason.
Oh, awesome. Got some
Just
snacks.
like the little
back.
keychain kinds.
Trade.
Okay. Anything else?
I think we just need the dead man's blood.
Okay. All right. So, Marcy. Next up, a rake that doubles as an assault rifle. Okay. Don't give him any ideas. The internet doesn't need more ideas like this. All right. Marcy. Tell us about this this friend of yours that is studying forensics.
So her name is Ella. If any of you have watched like Lucifer, there's this like really like bubbly jazzy girl who is their forensic scientist, and she's very entertaining. Like she's one of those people that just she talks to everyone, she gives out hugs, everyone's her friend. And I'll say like she's my roommate. She's also a friend. So
Okay. So you want to call her up? You want to go see her at a whatever lab site and give her a call? Okay.
I'll probably call her because I have no
so-
idea where she's at. So
Fair. All right.
Yeah.
So you wait until an appropriate hour, and give Ella a call. After a couple of rings, she picks up. You hear the happy, as always, even in the morning, voice on the phone. Hello.
Oh, hey, Ella. What are you up to? See if I can give you folks to help us with a quick. It's part of that monster hunting thing I do on the weekends.
Oh, yeah. I am in the library right now. I have a paper due in a couple of hours, but what do you need?
Some weird thing you tested, but I'm doing some vampire and a dead man's blood. Seeing if I know you guys do like cadaver work and stuff. Any blood laying around?
She thinks for a moment. I'm gonna have you roll to convince her to go along with this odd request. She knows you hunt monsters, and so I'm sure you've probably told her about some strange things before. But actually being involved, I think, is a little bit different. So you can go ahead and roll. If you have a skill or a stunt that you want to add, you can as well. Or if you have an
Okay.
aspect you want to invoke, we can do that.
Me and Ella are both nerds. We love logical arguments, so I'm gonna use academic, like give her like scientific reason, like oh, it's so ethical to hunt monsters because you know it saves old people and children, and see if that works. Yeah.
Okay.
Or am I roll for that? Okay. Oh jeez.
A 1.
Yeah, I'm not screwing fake dice again. So.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Okay. She is your friend. She's very accommodating. How accommodating? Might depend. She thinks for a second, and you kind of go through like she says she's not sure, and you kind of go a little bit through the ethics of it, trying to appeal to that side of her and how it makes sense. It's not a big deal. It's just a thing that makes sense. She can help you with it, no problem. She seems a little hesitant, and as you kind of finish laying out your argument, she kind of waffles a little bit, and she's like, I don't know, Marcy. I mean, I could get in a lot of trouble for just taking something. I do really, really want to help, but I mean, I really like this job, and also they finally started paying me last month, and I really do need that if I'm going to keep helping you pay rent.
I kind of look at friends. I'm just like, I like mute the phone and I tell my friends what's going on. I'm like, any tips? People skills are not my forte.
Let me. Can we help? Because I do
like,
have
do
the
her a favor?
aspect smooth talker.
Yeah, if you want to try to contribute something to the conversation.
Okay, so I unmute it.
You could do
and
that,
I'm like, oh, my friends have more information. Like, maybe they can explain it better than I can.
Listen, Ella, right?
Yeah, hi.
I know that it must be difficult being surrounded by death every day, and that it could be really bad for you if you get caught helping us out with this or taking anything from the lab. But how many of those people that you have cadavers for school and for training, how many of them are in there because of monster attacks?
Okay, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll.
Okay, and when I invoke the aspect, what does that do again?
So you can tell me how it's relevant. I think you've already done so. You spend a fate point, and then you can do a couple of different things. And you can decide this after you roll. You could either, for this one specifically, either add +2 to your dice roll, or you can re-roll your dice, which you can roll and then decide if you would like.
Okay. And can I roll with an aspect and a skill, or just one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do both.
Both of them? Okay, so I'm going to roll with Grifter and Smooth Talker.
Okay. Excellent combination.
Which will be a +4. So I got a 4.
Okay. Yes, much higher. So I think she listens to what you have to say, and there's quiet on the other end of the line, which Marcy, you know, is a little odd for Ella, but she kind of takes a deep breath and then says, "Yeah, you're right. Okay, Marcy, what do you need me to do?"
Is it easier for us to go pick it up so you don't have to worry about getting in trouble? Or what do you think?
Yeah, that would probably be best, just so I don't have to try to like leave the building with it or anything. Yeah, you can come by the lab this afternoon. I get in at 4, so.
I'll give you all notes from last semester from that class talking about also buy dinner this weekend for everyone. So, for helping us out. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, I'll see you around 4, and y'all be safe, okay?
Oh.
And she hangs up.
So we're getting the blood. Everything's cool, right?
Mm-hmm. Totally need to buy.
Okay.
So.
Terry, do you have any like spritz bottles?
Like I said, I do have some glass cleaner.
I mean, I don't think we need a glass cleaner, but I have a feeling that whatever we're gonna be getting this blood in, it's not gonna be very easy to coat on the go.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I have. Let me go clean out one of my cleaning bottles, and we can use that.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're probably gonna get in a bag or something. I don't think like stabbing a steak into a bag to coat it is gonna be very effective in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, you're right. So putting the blood in the spray bottle and then just spritzing the steaks is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Okay. Easy enough. You can take the glass cleaner, what's left of it, dump it out, rinse it out. You have an empty spray bottle for blood.
You know, as you do.
Anything else before y'all, or whoever is going to, I suppose, heads out to pick up your last supply? Good. Okay. Then we will skip ahead to this afternoon, a little before for Marcy, I assume, taking the van. Is anybody going with her?
I can go.
I'd go with.
I know a thing or two about, being nonchalant about things.
Yeah, I need
if
your
you
bills and your sneaky skills.
Yeah.
Does
If
anybody
Yuna's going,
else
I'll probably
want
stay back
anything
then.
made? Yeah, I could go or stay if anybody wanted anything else made. I can workshop.
Oh, you also have crossbows now.
Yeah, we do have the crossbows.
I totally forgot about that.
A thing I had.
Sweet.
A thing I'd forgotten about until you mentioned crafting. So don't forget those.
We're really kitted out. It's great.
We're ready for them this time.
We'll see. So Yuna hopping into the van with Marcy. The two of you head over to the lab where Ella is working and head inside. There is a sort of front reception area with a young man sitting behind it doing something on a computer. He sort of looks up as you come in, gives a little wave and says, "Hi, can I help you?"
Oh yeah. I pull a binder up. Oh, I'm just off some notes. She's in the forensics lab.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll call her, let her know you're here.
Awesome.
So he picks up the phone, presses a couple of buttons, talks into it for a moment. He says, "Yeah, okay. She'll be out in a couple of minutes. You're welcome to wait." And he just points to a couple of chairs that are across from the reception desk. All right, so you give a thumbs up, sit and wait. About 5 minutes later, Marcy, you see sort of down the hall where there is a door with kind of a half window in it. You see Ella in work gear, sort of a set of like goggles or like pushed up onto her head, hair pulled back. She sort of makes her way up to the door that is going to come from the rest of the building into the reception area and looks out the window, sees you, waves and smiles through the window, and then just kind of holds up like a like a plastic shopping bag and kind of like shows it to you, and then just looks at you through the window like with this look on her face like, should I just come out there? Or
I'm just like, I'll go back there because Like, I have a feeling I've been back there before since I know her. Like, drop off
Okay.
food or something. I like head back there. Hey man, I brought the notes. And I find her down on the on the thing.
Cool. Thanks. She just like opened the door like halfway and is looking just incredibly suspicious. Thanks.
Thanks for the lunch.
Una grabs it.
Okay.
Una grabs it. She's like, thanks. I'm really sorry. I left my stuff over at your place last night. Thank you so much. I promise this won't be nearly as awkward next time. If there is a next time, I mean, it's fine. And she just sort of takes it.
Cool.
She's just holding it normally, so as not to draw attention to it.
Okay. Yeah, as you sort of shift the bag down, like holding it by your side, you hear a little bit of what sounds like clanking glass coming from the bag. As she looks at you, still smiling, but sort of wide-eyed, and a little awkwardly is like, yeah, totally. I'll call you. And shuts the door.
Another app thing.
Walks back down the hallway.
We'll see. Thanks, Marcella.
Yeah, bye, Marcy. She waves through the door, and just kind of awkwardly walks away. You and I'm gonna have you roll, because obviously this young man at the desk is like, excuse me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna use Grifter.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so that's +4. That's a 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. Just really just trying to see if he would actually believe you or not. But yeah, he, as the two of you walk away and start to walk back past the desk towards the door, he watches you kind of walk out, and if you even sort of remotely acknowledge his existence, he immediately acts like he had no idea you were there and starts working on his computer again. Slight smirk on his face,
I
office
totally
gossip.
give him the whole like, mind your fucking business, dude. Stay out of it.
All right. And he does. You make your way out, back to the van. You look in the bag, and what you see are several of these tall sort of glass vials with the stoppers on the top that are full of blood with sort of different labels on them that at once probably had people's names on or something like that. They've all been sort of marked out with a Sharpie, but there's like 5 or 6 of them in the bottom of the bag.
I give you a high five. I was like,
All right,
It's
high
all-
five.
It's all about just like pretending that you belong there. It's all about just like having the confidence. That's literally what con means, confidence. It's all about just you gotta believe it.
You're the best, Una. I play celebratory rock music, a crazy van. Great sound.
All right, the two of you jam a little bit, high-fiving as a successful job done, and you head back to, I guess, are you going back to Terry's apartment, and then going from there, or the other 3 of you, are you going?
Hey, Una, I'm fun.
I think it would make sense for us to head to like the triangulated location, right? Just to save time.
Yeah,
Leave them
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you gonna get there?
Let's figure out.
The bus.
Yeah, I guess we would take the bus.
Right? I'm not paying for a cab. I'm not paying for Uber.
I'm sure we have like
Katana
through the
and
school like
crossbows
bus
are
passes.
Yeah.
We'll just grab a really big duffel bag.
Okay. You grab a duffel bag, put the katana and crossbows and spray bottle. And I think that's it. Your
and
equipment
stakes.
that you
Oh, knife drone
and the
as well.
stakes
Can't forget knife drone.
and knife drone.
Knife drone stays in the backpack. He'll be fine.
Okay. So we got knife drone in the backpack, everything else in a duffel bag that Terry you'd pull out of the bottom of your closet. You stuff it full, and you take your student bus passes, and you take a little bus ride over to sort of outside this neighborhood. It takes about a half an hour to get there with all the stops in between and everything. You arrive and step off, and you're in a much different part of town. Before we continue, we have hit our 20 retweet goal, which means you all get the edge back. So for the next time, you have to roll dice, because those don't have to be saved for combat. We can use them on any dice roll at any time. Y'all have it, so don't forget. Thank you, everybody out there, for retweeting our tweet. Let's do 10 more, so I can have something nice. But seriously, thank you, everyone, very much for that support. So the three of you step off near this, step off the bus onto the sidewalk near the entrance to one of these gated communities, which is gated with the gate closed.
So, are we gonna like climb over? Should we like bust the gate down? How do we want to do this?
I'm not climbing in this outfit. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Okay, I guess we can like walk the perimeter first and see if we're lucky enough to find, I don't know, a fence that's been pried open.
Ash will get knife thrown out and just survey the perimeter, see if we have any entry points.
Okay. Yeah, you take out knife drone and send it around the perimeter of this neighborhood. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not huge. It does essentially have this this large sort of iron barred fence going around it. There is the main entrance, which is close to you, which has sort of a large barred gate that opens for people who have the correct barcode on their car. There is also a secondary entrance sort of around one side, around a different block, that is also gated, and it looks like, unlike the main house, it looks like over there there's a like an actual post for like a person to be sitting there to let people in.
Is the person currently inside of the little guardhouse?
Yeah, it looks like there's somebody sitting there, kind of out in a chair, feet kicked up, reading some magazine or other.
Ash will look to the others and say, looks like we've got two entrances. We won't really have a way to manually let ourselves in with like a fake key card or anything, but there's a security guard on duty who might be able to talk our way in.
Ooh. Talking isn't my strong suit.
You know who's great at talking? Terry.
Terry just sees the look on Yuna's face and is like, I mean, Yuna's very good at talking as well.
No, it's fine. You can. I mean, you do. It's fine.
Oh wait,
Narrator,
is
it is not in
I
fact
thought this
fine.
before. Is this Dur? Wait, is Union Marcy here as well?
I guess we should
Oh yeah,
solidify
have
that.
we met up?
Yeah, I don't know if this was
don't-
after or during.
I don't know if
That is a
you.
very good point.
I'm trying to decide if you all would have had enough time to get there, but probably not. And then in addition to that, Marcy's gonna have to find somewhere to park the van. You're welcome to wait for them if you would like. Eos, Terry, and Ash. Up to you.
We
So
can
the
wait.
question is, do we want to secure a way in first, or wait for them?
It might be
I
harder
mean-
to double back and be like, hey, and our friends need to get in too.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
good point.
So yeah, we wait.
Okay,
Oh, I
so
know
I'll tell you
what's
guys.
an easy way to do that. Can I just send a quick text to Yuna and just be like, ETA, question mark, hearts?
Yeah, you know, you get this text. You and Marcy are, I don't know, 10 minutes out from the bus stop. You know that they were dropped off at, so they will wait for you to arrive. And you do.
I mean-
Problem solved.
On Knife Drone's like roundabout, did it catch any glimpses of anyone that looked familiar? I don't know, vampire-like at any point?
Just from this perimeter sort of sweep, no. There not currently a lot of people out right now. Probably saw a couple of people like through the fence walking a dog, something like that. The security guard doesn't look familiar to you. It would depend, anything past that would depend on Ash whether or not you want to send the drone in any closer. Which you could do, but the closer you get and sort of the more you get into the neighborhood and over the fence, the more people might start to become upset that you have sent a drone into their neighborhood.
I don't know how far we want to go in with the drone. There's pretty strict rules on flying them anyways. What? They're not far out. We could probably wait and just kind of re-examine our options once we're in.
No, yeah, sounds good to me. I just want to see how much we can get done while we wait.
Yeah, no.
If we can't get anything done, I'm down with just chilling. I'm honestly still very tired, so I might just like take a quick 5-minute nap.
Yeah, definitely take the power nap. That's a valid
Do
point.
you need a
I'll
shoulder?
Continue.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Ash kind of makes eyes towards Terry and is like, I'm gonna go run the drone, and we'll head off somewhere else to go work the drone.
Okay.
Just a
Ash,
quick
you,
eyebrow wiggle and it's gone.
Ash gives you some eyebrows and leaves you there to go do a little bit more scouting with the drone. Do you want to look for anything else in particular, Ash?
Yeah. I'm gonna look for the car specifically. But before I do that, there is another text getting sent to Yuna that is just going to be, OMG, you're not going to believe what just happened. And then start droning.
Okay. So you get some hot goss.
I just send back eyes emoji
There
to the
either.
emoji.
Fantastic.
All right, so you get a little bit of that from Ash, and then Ash, you send the drone carefully around the edge of this neighborhood again. At one point, finding a I'll say like there is an area of the neighborhood. Most of the like trees and everything would not provide a lot of cover, but there's a park still with some natural trees around it, so you can sort of send it over the fence in that area, and try to get a little bit of a closer look into the neighborhood, sort of sending it between a couple of houses. And down the street, you do see a familiar car. The one that you saw before in the parking lot, these folks in matching jackets get out of, and the one you placed a tracker on. Sort of parked on the street out in front of one of these houses.
Fantastic. I won't have Dive Drone get much closer, but with that confirmation, I'm gonna have it basically retrace a route so that they can have something mapped out for what we need to do on foot, and then just up over a wall so that the security guard doesn't notice it.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do. You sort of have it slink back through where it came from, back over the fence, and you know a little bit about where you're going, or at least the general direction of the home that the car is parked in front of. Eos and Terry, anything you all would like to do before Yuna and Marcy arrive?
I mean, Eos was serious about a nap, so he was absolutely just gonna like sleep for like a good 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I think they're probably just sitting like under a tree, and like Eos is just out cold on Terry's shoulder.
Terry just like pats his head.
All right. You have a power nap. Very nice. A few minutes later, you see coming down the road in your general direction a very easily spotted, very familiar van, with Marcy and Yuna inside. So the gang is all here. I assume you find a place to. Would you like to stop and pick up your friends? Would you like to park and walk?
Oh, we can just slide open the door. So, okay, then, guess what I do? Or should we park?
All right, so the van pulls up. Marcy slides. They slide one of the doors open. Shouts out the side, "What are we doing?"
Terry kind of jostles Eos awake.
What? Are we getting attacked? Is there vampires? And he kind of like reaches for his katana just instinctively, like.
We're going to get to that. I think first we need to find a way inside. Has Ash come back yet?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, perfect. Well, gang's all together. I'm guessing we're going to try and go through where the guard is, unless we have some way of getting one of those fancy stickers on our car.
I mean, I could always, like, try to slip in and get one off of one of the other vehicles. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Of course, I could also probably talk my way in. So.
We could probably just sweet talk our way saying that we already have one, but we lost it. It's just a thought.
It does depend on how lenient the guard is. I kind of like the idea of Yuna. Kind of like the idea of Yuna slipping in and getting a sticker for us, because that way we don't. At least one of us can talk our way in, grab the sticker, and then we can go in the other way.
I think Terry's right. I don't think they're gonna believe a dragon van person lives here. Cause like both the vans.
Yeah, they probably would
like
remember
ghost
something
dragon
like
on
that.
the side.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I would need a moment to change clothes because I don't think they're going to believe that I live here either. I need to dress a little bit more conservatively, I think.
I need to ask, because everyone's clothing has come up twice now. What is everyone wearing?
pretty
Unis
much
and
this.
leathers.
Terry
I'm
always wears
punk
long
pink-
skirts.
It's a
I have like a punk rock tank top and like a flannel shirt, ripped up jeans, so I don't look like a bird.
All right, so we've got flannel and ripped jeans. We've got a standard hoodie, Terry in her long skirts, and Yuna in leather.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
got
no, we
something
are
more
very-
conservative in my bag, so I could change. I mean, I've had to go stealth before, so, and by stealth I mean
I
like
mean-
pretend I adhere to the status quo stealth.
I mean,
If you'd like,
Do you
we
want
can
me to-
switch clothes.
That could work. I need my wig though.
Don't have a wig, but if you have one with you,
It's in my bag, which I think I might have left at your place. Oops. And the fake becomes real.
I mean, I'm sure Terry would have grabbed it.
Okay.
She produces your
That
bag
makes sense to me.
with a voila.
Thank
here's
you.
one I prepared earlier.
Of course, I mean, I don't have a lot of space. You guys can't keep leaving stuff at my place, so.
I'm really sorry. It's the ADHD. I'm sorry.
Understandable then. Well, we have your wig. Does this have a change of clothes, or did you want to wear mine?
It does have a change of clothes. I grabbed the wig out and I put it on, and it's just like a blonde bob wig. So like it looks very it's almost a Karen hairstyle. Almost. I mean, would it go with this, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, let's use yours then. And you can either put the leathers on or you can look at what I've got in the bag and wear that. Your pick.
I'll just wear the leather.
Hey.
Okay. I'm assuming this is all happening in the van.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figure there's like a curtain in
Okay.
the back for the backpack. I'm like, screams back, and I like close the curtain on him. So
Wonderful. Yuna puts on her wig, blonde bob, which is a little longer in the front than it is in the back, and a familiar hairstyle. And Yuna and Terry, you swap clothes. I love it.
I think
All right,
this is
so
a little
curtain
small
open.
on me, but
Yeah, I am pretty tiny. Again, if it's
all right, it
uncomfortable.
works.
Okay.
Nah, I can move in it.
It looks good on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Eos.
I mean, it's hard not to state the facts. You look great.
I do my best, and it's Yuna's clothes doing the work, so.
I think Eos noticed Yuna just like staring. So it's like, is there what's going on? Is there something on my face? Did I drool?
Oh no, nothing. I'll give you two kids some privacy. I'm gonna go, work my charm.
What does that mean?
I change the radio station. I hop in the front seat.
What is happening?
I believe they're all under the impression that something could happen here.
Like a vampire attack.
Yes, exactly, like a vampire attack, which is why the
I mean,
mood music needed to change.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We do need like a good soundtrack if we're going to be like running over vampires or anything like that. Good on you, Marcy.
Yup.
Hit them with a van.
Yep, that's exactly what everyone's thinking about. Yep.
Eos is a bit stupid. Okay, just he's not very aware.
As Eos looks at you, very confused. Okay, so lay out the plan for me. Yuna, you have put on a different outfit and a wig, and y'all are gonna try to take the van through, is my understanding? Or Yuna, are you going by yourself?
I'm going by myself to start. I'm gonna slip in. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I forgot my sticker. Blah blah blah." I'm just gonna come in and grab my spare. I'm gonna come in and grab my spare from my place in the neighborhood, which I definitely have one. And I'm gonna grab a sticker off of a car, and then I'm going to put that sticker on the van, and then the van will be able to go through. And I'll drive the van,
take the van through the main gate.
Legit.
Got it. Okay. So Yuna, you hop out of the van, leaving a lot of awkwardness and a little confusion behind. And you make your way over on foot to the side gate into the neighborhood with the guard in the guard stand, sort of sitting just in a lawn chair, sort of feet kicked up on a little desk, reading a magazine. As you approach, she looks up, kind of seeing somebody coming, and sort of just gives a small wave, kind of leans out the open window and says, hi ma'am, can I help you?
Hi, look, okay, I looked at my van and realized that the sticker wasn't on it, and I'm really sorry. I just need to run back to my place and get it from my house. I'll be in and out, and then I'll go through with the van and everything will be kosher. I just need to slip inside for a couple of minutes. It's not a big deal, I promise.
Okay. Yeah, I need to see an ID.
And I start doing the pat myself down. Oh gosh, did I leave it in my car? Did I leave it at home? I think I left my wallet at home this morning is the thing. I looked in my purse. I was gonna get some Chick-fil-A, and then I realized that I didn't have my wallet. Listen, can I come back in a couple of minutes after I've gotten my thing, and I'll show you my ID, and then it'll all be fine. I just need in for a couple of minutes, I promise.
Let's have a roll. I assume with Grifter.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend whatever the resource is to use Gift of Gab as well, if that's okay.
Okay. That is that's a fate point. Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll with Grifter, spend that fate point, and then take +2.
So that's an 8.
Talk your way through the literal gates of heaven with an 8, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so on the ladder, just for the folks at home, because there's a passive opposition ladder, 8 is legendary. Is the word that is used for that one. So I would say no sweat. You put on basically, what you feel like might be the show of a lifetime. You have basically inhabited whoever this character is that you're playing, but you start to look a little bit upset about thinking maybe you've also left your wallet at home and just really acting like you really don't want to inconvenience anybody. And she feels bad and says, you know what, just don't worry about it. I'll open the gate. Just, don't be gone too long. Come back through. And, don't worry about the ID. It's fine.
Thank you so much. You are An absolute gem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I read her name tag. Thank you, Elise. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. She pushes a button in front of her and opens the gate. And you're in.
I'm in. So now I'm gonna at first, while I'm still in like sight of her, I'm gonna just make my way directly to where I would, just in a direction with purpose. And then once I'm sure she's not looking anymore, I'm gonna start looking at cars, looking for a sticker.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way. There's sort of a sidewalk that starts a little bit of the ways into the neighborhoods. You hop up onto the sidewalk. She kind of waves at you, closes the gate again, and turns around and kicks her feet back up, picks her magazine back up, and leaves her back to you. When you're sure she's not looking, you kind of cut across and down the street. There are a couple of cars here and there. Most of these houses have garages, but there are sort of a couple of SUVs that are parked in people's driveways. So you have a couple of options.
I'm just looking for a sticker. Preferably one off of a van already, off of a van or a minivan or an SUV.
Okay. Yeah, you see a couple of houses down from where you are, parked in one of these driveways is like a minivan type deal, like a newer one.
Right.
So you make your way.
Is it like
down there?
magnetic or is it like actually adhesive?
It's actually adhesive. It is a sticker.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I take my lighter and I take like a pocket knife out of my pocket. And I warm up the blade of the knife, and I sort of like do that thing where you warm up the adhesive on the sticker so that it'll peel off smooth. And so it'll also stick again when you go to put it somewhere else.
Okay. I'm gonna have
I've
to
never done this
roll
before.
So definitely not. Let's see. I'm gonna have you roll for this.
Okay.
To see how quickly and skillfully you can accomplish this task.
Okay.
And to see if anybody sees you stealing their sticker in the middle of a neighborhood. So if you have any pertinent skills.
I think the closest thing I have to something that would work for this would be spy.
Okay. Let's see.
Or gorilla, but they're both one, so.
Let's see. Sure. Okay. I buy spy for that. Secrecy, the mobility of people.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you can use spy to overcome, so yeah. That, but the dice
Yikes.
do not. Okay.
Dice don't like that.
Here's what I'll say. Because I think for this particular moment, succeeding at a cost is more interesting. You get about halfway through removing this sticker from the side of the van. It's going well. And you start to hear, as you're sort of paying attention around you, you start to hear inside the garage that is next to you some voices. And you hear someone hit a button as the garage door starts to open.
Yikes.
You can do a couple of things.
Okay.
You can bail now and not get caught. You can try to swipe the sticker off and potentially damage it. Or you can get caught.
I'm gonna try and peel it the rest of the way off quick.
Okay.
And then run for my life.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you give me one more roll
Okay.
to try to do this quickly and quietly.
I don't feel like
will
I have another
say-
better spell, so just this skill. Just the same one.
If you can
probably,
cast a
Spy or
spell.
Gorilla.
I'm going to, let's see. I'll call Gorilla for this one, but I think
Okay.
it's the same number for you. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
+1.
Okay. Let's see. That's +1. I will give you guys this because you can do this after a dice roll. If you have any aspects you would like to invoke, you can do so. It will be more difficult for your friends to help you in this situation, but you can also invoke aspects to add a +2 to someone else's roll if you have something you think would contribute and the fate points to spend. I don't know if
Hear me
any
out.
of you...
Hear me out.
Mhm.
My day job is listed as being a saleswoman at Hot Topic. I would
Yes.
say I know how to peel stickers off of things without ripping them, even quickly, because of my vocation.
As someone who actually worked at an Old Navy for a long time, I buy that a lot, actually. Yeah,
It's real.
yeah. No, that's real. Yeah, okay. You can spend a fate point. So you can either re-roll all of those dice, or you can add 2.
I'll add 2. I think a 3 will be enough. I hope a 3 will be
I do too.
enough.
Okay. Yeah, I will say for this 3 is probably the minimum that you need, but you can do it. It is not super graceful, but you manage to sort of holding the sticker, sort of putting the knife flat against it, just in one motion. Kind of swipe the knife through as you peel the rest of the sticker off. It's a little bit stretched, but it's in one piece, and you can sort of feel by the corner you're holding it on that the adhesive is still sort of sticking, and you take off down the street. You go a little ways as you hear that garage door sort of finish opening, and the people come out. They don't seem to have noticed anything. You get down the street a little ways, and you can kind of slow your roll if you wish. Try to walk casually back out the gate, holding your spare sticker that you have. You make your way out the gate. At least the friendly neighborhood guard waves at you from her spot as you go through, and doesn't stick her head out or anything, but just kind of gives like a thumbs up and like a questioning look, like, everything good? All right, yeah, you don't have to roll for that again. She's like, all right. Goes back to what she's doing. Yeah, she's basically your best friend in the universe now. Yeah, so you make your way back quickly to the van, sticker in tow, slap it on the side, trying to hit a spot where it's not gonna damage Marcy's paint job if she has to take it off. And
I'll show you how to get it off
you
later.
head in when you have
Yeah,
more
so
time.
I figure I have a sticker tag. I have to change music though, because this looks like a high society neighborhood. So I totally want to give Eos and Terry a hard time. So I put on the dog things as we like roll in.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
hold on.
as you roll into the neighborhood in the van, Marcy starts trolling you with music from the front seat and just laughing.
It's just like, this isn't really good music for once vampire hunting. Marcy, let me say. I'm just gonna try and pick
We gotta
some
be
more.
inconspicuous. We play, they'll know we're up to something. fun. 'Cause I figure we're in like a
That's a good
super
point,
high
huh?
society neighborhood. They listen to like show tunes or something. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. No, okay. I mean, I don't like the taste in music, but I mean, it's for the cover, I guess.
I like it either. I let
Alright.
him pick a non-death metal CD or rock station, and yeah, we're a team.
I mean, I
Okay.
don't think we know
Thrown.
exactly where
I
the
found a
vampires
car.
are, do we? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ash.
Yeah, I got a
Ash knows where to
location on
take
that car.
us.
So, I wasn't planning for the van to be here, but we could follow the same path. And she'll give directions to, or they'll give directions to where they're going.
Okay. Yeah, and thanks to the drone work that you have done preemptively, you pretty much know where this house is. So you, Ash from the back, sort of direct the crew where to go as the van rolls through the neighborhood, catching a couple of eyes of people who are maybe out walking their dog or something like that. They sort of look at you, but you're in here, so you must be supposed to be here. You wave, and they kind of awkwardly wave back, and you drive on around one of the corners and sort of down towards the end of one of these streets. Ash, you can point them to the familiar car parked on the street out in front of his house.
Yeah, so just take the left over here, and you'll see their shitty car just parked on the side there.
So if there's any like overhanging trees or like kind of like a shade out where he like park the van, since everyone's like staring at us.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the car sort of in front of the house towards the end of the street. You can drive past it, and sort of down at the end. There's essentially like a turnaround with some trees and things like that. The street dead ends into. You can park the van down there. All right. You try inconspicuously to park Marcy's dragon-covered van in this at the sort of dead end of this street underneath some trees. What would you like to do?
Yuna, did you want to switch back?
Yeah, get me out of this. I hate looking like this. I'm sorry. It looks good on you, but this is not my thing. I do this for
Completely
cons only.
understandable. Maybe I should wear leather jackets more often. What do you think?
Yes. It looks so good on you. Yes.
I'll think about it. I guess they change in the back.
Yeah.
Again.
All right, yeah. So you quickly change, Yuna dropping the wig back into your bag, back in your own clothes, and potentially more comfortable. Terry and Yuna appear a moment later. Quick change accomplished.
Okay, so what's the plan? We definitely need to like survey the area. We have no idea how we're going to enter this place, and I don't think we want a repeat of what happened last time. I don't think they're full for another
What?
Postmate trick.
No,
What
they
time is it? Has the sun set yet?
An excellent question.
Eo checks his
So you
watch.
all, yes, you check your watch. Let's see. Yuna and Marcy met up with her friend Ella around 4. Took you all about half an hour to get out here, and then there was some sneaking. I don't. It's probably like 6. So it is evening
Dusk.
time. Yeah, I'll say we're probably getting into, because it is like November, so we're sort of getting into where daylight savings time has ended, so it's getting dark a little bit earlier. Probably not quite dark, but it's dusky outside.
Should we like pre-blood spritz our weapons before we go in?
Yes.
Yeah. Like Eo just
Terry
like pulls
just
out the
opens, the spray bottle, and Terry just lays all their stakes on the floor of the van.
Okay.
Knowing that the car is there, Ash is gonna like nudge you aside real quick and be like, "Hey, keep a lookout real quick." And she's gonna. They're gonna sneak their way over to the vehicle, and we don't want them getting away this time. So instead of putting a tracker on them, I want to try and sabotage the underside of the car, like cut the brake line or something.
Oh,
Do you just pull out all the fuses of the fuse box that don't start?
Yeah. I want to tamper with it, knowing that we're in this gated cul-de-sac. I got to do it quietly and stealthily, but I want to try and sabotage this car.
As they go to walk off, I pressed my pocket knife into their hand. I'm like, if you want to slash tires quietly, you got to run it along slow. You got to puncture initially and let some of the pressure out slow, and then you got to pull slow. Okay? That's how you slash
Put the
tires
cable of
quietly.
the starter underneath.
All of the above is what I'm going for.
okay.
absolutely.
I'm gonna. So I'll. Terry, you all in the back of the van, you lay out the stakes, sort of pull these vials of blood out. You can pop the things. Can't think of the word I'm thinking of. The thing that keeps it shut, that seals it off the top. Cannot think of the word to save my life. Or you can puncture them. Either way, you put them into the spray bottle.
No DNA in the band.
How hard?
Please.
How hard do you try to not get blood on any part of the van?
We're going to burst it.
Who's pouring the blood?
That's up to you.
I mean, I'll
I just
spritz
opened
it.
the back
I mean,
door. I'm like spritzing by the tree over there. Don't even do it in the van. Like, I don't want to have to explain that.
yeah,
I'm not
sure.
going
I mean,
to.
yeah, he was just spritz it outside by the tree, I guess.
Okay. All right. You go on the other side of the van, hopefully, to not be seen. Lay out the stakes. Spray them with the blood you have put into an old glass cleaning bottle. It's a little difficult at first. It's a little thicker than the liquid that is meant for these, so it takes a little extra work. But it works well enough. You get some on there, and mostly successfully. Bring them back to the van.
Okay, and I have a
Here you
question.
go.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
please.
out my laptop. Can I use my skill Eye for Entropy to see if I can find any like weaknesses, like kind of like scan their Wi-Fi, see if they have like cameras or any Internet of Things devices in the house that I could use in the vampire's disfavor? So
So I'm gonna have you roll for that, and then Ash, I'm gonna have you roll for car sabotaging. So let's do Ash real quick. You start to make your way over. That's not what I wanted. You start to make your way over to the car, pocket knife in hand, quietly, and what do you want to tackle first? Order of operations for sabotaging this car. How do you want to go about this?
Under the car first. Ash is small, so they can probably just shimmy their way under. And then Marcy had mentioned sabotaging like the starter and then work their way down towards like the brake line and then the tires. And we're just gonna screw this whole car up. We'll cap it off with a banana in the tailpipe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll. See how easily this can be done. What to roll for sabotaging car?
I imagine Maker.
Yeah, that's the one that makes the most sense to me. All right.
So it'll be
If you know how to put it together, you know how to take it apart.
Exactly.
Fair.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So you do this, you make your way quickly, quietly, light-footed, sort of shimmy underneath the car. You can fit pretty well. And yeah, start at the top and make your way down from the outside. Once you're done, nobody could theoretically tell anything was wrong until they went to start the car, but the underside of this car is a hot mess. After you have left it, it will not work. And once they fix one thing, there's about 3 or 4 other things that they are going to have to fix before they have any hope of this car working again. You do this quickly, quietly, slide back out, and make your way back towards the van, where you find your friends with some bloody steaks and Marcy on her laptop. So let us, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll to get into their network.
I'm gonna use the eye for entropy stunt. It says you're great at pinpointing weak points. When you create advantage pointing out a weakness, it gets an additional invoke that can only be used for attack actions. So,
Okay.
Like,
Okay, yeah, so let's have you go ahead and roll to overcome. I imagine you'll use your hacker skill.
Yeah, so 4.
For that. 4? Okay. So yeah, you succeed, you get what you want, and you're wanting to add an aspect to this. I imagine that you can invoke later, since that's what your stunt will do. So you make your way into their network. Easy enough. It's not that well protected. It's, essentially home Wi-Fi. They've got everything sort of hooked up to the same network, video, doorbell, cameras, that kind of thing, security system, the whole 9 yards. But it's relatively easy to get into. What would you like to do to it?
I definitely want to keep an eye on the cameras. If they have a printer, I will create action. So I'll run some script that will overwrite the. Hold on, 5-year-old. Sorry. So script I'm going to run control over the safety protections on the printer that keep it from overheating, so it catches on fire.
Okay.
This
Okay. So let's give this an aspect that you can invoke, because you used your thing, so you can invoke it twice. What do you want to call it? Flammable? Unstable?
I guess create a distraction so my friends can get in the back. I can make a surprise.
Okay. Yeah. We'll give the printer suddenly dangerous.
I like that.
Which
I love that. Or spontaneous combustion.
Okay, that's good. Spontaneous combustion, which you can invoke twice to give your friends an opportunity. So, would you like to do this now?
Hang out in the van, since they have cameras, it sounds like. Kind of keep, is there enough cameras kind of run? And then I can just, if have, my friends on the phone, if they need a distraction, or if someone's in trouble, I can, light, one of their Internet of Things devices, such as a printer on fire. So.
Okay. Yeah. There's not a lot of cameras. They sort of have, they're outdoor cameras. They sort of have, one in the doorbell, then sort of like one for the front porch, and then one for the back. So it's not anything like too heavy. But yeah, you can sort of pull those up, flip between them, keep an eye on everything. You following the same strategy you had before. You call one of your friends on your phone, leave the line open but muted. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of you want to do. So Marcy's ready.
So, are we just charging in? I'm trying to sneak, like, pinpoint where they are.
Yeah, have we pinpointed which building they're in? Because that's probably the important bit here is knowing we're walking into the right building.
I assume if they've gotten into the Wi-Fi and the printer, we know which one it is.
Probably.
Should be narrowed down, yeah.
Yeah,
The
the assumption was the house that the car was. Yeah, the assumption was the house that the car was sitting in front of. I'll give you guys that. It's pretty simple assumption to make.
Just making sure.
Just bust into an old couple's house.
They could be vampires too. Cut their heads off.
Oh no. Oh god, that'd be awful.
Unfortunate. Okay, so do we want to go in the front or the back?
Both.
I think both is a good idea.
Yes.
It will split us up, but also split them up at the very least. If we do get, caught before we actually get in, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm okay with taking the front.
I'll go in the back.
I should go in the front then, because we need someone who can fast talk on both teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've got a hard hitter on both teams. Ash, you're coming with me, or are you staying behind at the...
I can take the back. Knife Drone and I can be your support.
Good. I'm gonna load up one
I
of
told
those.
the team I'm on lookout in the van.
Eo spritz his katana with dead man's blood, just in case. You don't know. It might help.
Sure.
And
Nice
is
one's
it
gonna get
two
the
that
spritz.
stakes with
Fine.
me?
You want one of the stakes left with you?
Just in case, like, one of them's chasing you down and you need, like, a quick back by the van. So,
Yeah,
Everyone
I know,
that's
should
like, I feel like I'd
have
feel
enough.
safer with them. So,
We had enough crossbows for everyone too, so no one should be unarmed.
excellent.
All right. Make sure weapons are passed out. Everyone's got a stake. Everyone's got a makeshift crossbow, courtesy of your resident maker, Ash. Marcy on the cameras with a phone line open and ready to spontaneously combust the printer at any point. The team splits up. Eos and Terry, you head towards the front door. Una and Ash, you head around the back of the house. Marcy, you can see them sort of moving on the video cameras once they get closer. I'm going to start with team front door. Terry and Eos, how are you approaching this?
I assume we're crouched a bit. And, yeah, I think we're just gonna go up to the front door and first check if it's unlocked.
Yeah. Always
Okay.
check. We've watched enough movies to know that, like, you should always check if it's unlocked first.
You should always check if it's unlocked first, because sometimes it is. This time, it is not. The two of you sort of crouch, following Marcy's direction. She is in their network, so I will give you this because I think this is probably common knowledge. These video doorbells tend to have motion sensors in them. This is a thing Marcy would know. I think it's pretty common with this technology, and you've dealt with it before. So I think you can skirt around it enough, and sort of come up the side of the porch to the front door. You try it. It is locked.
Okay, I was hoping to be lucky.
What if we ring the doorbell?
I mean, yeah, honestly, I don't see why not.
Because that would get, that would distract them from them getting in the back. I can keep them distracted probably long enough to get us in the door, maybe.
I mean, if it's the same vampires that we ran into, I don't think much talking will stop them from attacking us.
Let's see what I can do.
Okay. I'll have my katana at the ready, just in case. And you're just going to press the doorbell.
Okay. So, katana in hand. You ring the doorbell. You hear all of you that are nearby hear the doorbell chime on the inside of the house. From the back near the kitchen, sort of through one of the windows, Una and Ash, you can hear from a device somewhere inside going, "Someone is at the front door," and alerting the household that the doorbell has been rung. You all wait for a moment or two before you hear someone on the other side of the door. The door unlocks, and on the other side of it, as it opens, you see a woman. She is a little bit older, probably, she looks, I mean, not old, she's probably like mid-40s to look at her. Sort of dark hair, a few silver streaks like starting to come in. She's got it pulled back in like a ponytail, and she sort of answers the door and looks at the two of you, and then looks at the katana in Eos's hand, and just says, "Oh, well then I know why you're here."
Just one moment before we begin. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I'm here to call a truce. You see, you're in a place that is swarmed with hunters, and I don't believe you want to move, but whether or not we take you out or you take us out, someone else will come along to do the same thing over and over again until you're either killed or run out of town. So I thought we might discuss our options.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
I just want to say that regardless if this works, Eos is looking hella impressed. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I
Ooh.
Do we have the edge?
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to use
with the
Grifter, I guess.
Okay. You guys, you all want to use your edge for this?
Is that okay?
For sure. Yeah.
Looks like a lot of
that
nodding
alright?
and thumbs upping and cheering. So.
Okay.
All right. There goes
Whew.
the edge.
Wow. I got it too.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to do, either you or Eos, to add to this?
Oh,
I can.
Because I feel like it's fair of me to tell you 2 is not enough.
Yes.
For this.
I'm going to invoke Smooth Talker again.
Okay.
And spend a fate point.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll or you want to add +2?
I'm going to add +2.
Okay. So that will give you a 4. Are we okay sitting there? or do you want to
Wait,
add
hold on. I'm very worried. Hold on, wait. I have can I use a stunt? Is that a thing I can do to help or not?
No, so you can only use stunts on your rolls. You may invoke an aspect.
I don't have an aspect right now. That would apply to this anyway.
Okay.
What are your aspects?
Well, to be honest, I haven't actually filled in the second of the blank ones. So could I could I think of something that's relevant? Maybe
Yeah,
they heard.
you can always.
Yeah. Maybe because I did some decent damage to quite a lot of the vampires in our last bout. Could I use that as like I have reputation, at least with these, to at the very least not attack or mess with us right now. We're here peacefully, and that's a benefit to them because it could be worse for them.
Okay. I like
No
that
idea
a
what I would
lot. Yeah, what do you want to call it?
I mean, I might just call it bad reputation.
I like it. Okay. Let us fill that in. I love aspects. Aspects are great. Okay, so yeah, you can fill that one in as your second one. So you have that for your character moving forward. Do you want to try to invoke it now?
Yes, I want to invoke
Okay.
that.
Okay.
It's a fate point, right?
Yes, you can spend a fate point, and you can add +2 to someone else's roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a +2 to that to make that 6, please.
Yes, that's Joan Jett playing in the background. Yeah, okay, so add +2 to that, so you get a 6 as Terry sort of smooth talking kicks in. She looks at you, sort of cocks an eyebrow, looks over at Eos, and I think kind of looks at you, sees the katana in your hand, and I think there is a moment, Terry, that you can probably read on her face, just a brief moment of recognition. And then she looks back at you and smiles. All right. Would you like to come in?
Yes.
Great. I just put on some tea. And she steps aside and opens the door into the foyer of her home.
We walk in.
Yep.
Okay. She kind of looks over the two of you, shuts the door behind you, locks it, and turns her back to you and begins to walk back sort of down this short hallway into the rest of the house, which opens up sort of into a living area and a large kitchen on that side. She goes to the stove and checks on a teapot. She turns back to you if you follow her and sort of gestures to a kitchen table where you can sit if you so choose. Meanwhile,
Terry will sit.
Terry will sit.
He also like stands behind her, kind of like a bodyguard kind of deal.
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, Yuna and Ash, you have made your way around the back of the house. You get about halfway there. You're sort of near one of these large windows that looks into a nice kitchen. When you hear the doorbell go off and the alert from whatever home device this is sitting on the counter, and you see this dark-haired woman sort of make her way through, past the window, and towards the front door. What would you like to do while this brief conversation is happening?
I don't know what they're playing at, but this is my opening, I think.
I think you're right. Do you
Okay.
have a way to get it open? I could probably pop the lock.
I reach into my jacket pocket and I pull out some like hairpins. And I try it first. Like, quietest of jiggles.
It is locked.
Okay. And then I start bending hairpins and start trying to pick the lock.
Okay. Yeah, let's have a roll.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely probably spy again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We sneaky today.
Y'all are sneaky today.
Oh yeah. That's 2.
Okay. Yeah, for this that's enough. It takes you a little longer than you would like, and you snap a couple of bobby pins along the way, but you manage to undo again these back doors. The lock is not as heavy as would be on the front, and you pop the lock open and quietly sort of open this door into the kitchen. You hear some voices from down the hall, and you hear the sound of a couple of pairs of shoes clacking on the tile in the front of the house as your friends make their way inside, and they slowly start coming your way.
I slip inside and try to get around a corner really quick, and I leave Ash to decide whether to also come in or to just close the door behind me.
Okay. Yeah, so you take this opportunity, you slip in, kind of go across and down like another hallway around the corner,
Right.
and wait. Ash?
Ash is jumping in as well and gonna find a place to hide.
Okay.
With the door closed behind them, of course.
Okay. You let the kitchen door close behind you quickly as the two of you sort of dart across down another hallway towards sort of what looks like more of this downstairs area. A couple of doors in here. We're not sure where they go, but you hide around a corner as you sort of peek around and watch this woman make her way sort of down into the kitchen. Terry and Eos following behind. Terry, you sit down at the kitchen table. Eos, you stand behind her, not knowing that 2 of your friends are hiding just down the hall. Yeah, you sit down. The woman checks on her. Oops, just clicked on the wrong thing. Checks on her teapot and starts to grab a few mugs from a cabinet up above. Just very casually, sort of takes out some tea bags, puts them in the cups, and after a few minutes, as the kettle starts to whistle, she starts to pour some tea. She waits for it to steep. She turns around to look at the 2 of you, and just kind of casually leans back on the counter. So, speak.
You're muted.
You're muted, Morgan. Camera just flickered.
Oh, we were, like I said, going to discuss a way for us all to live amicably here. I'm sure you don't want to relocate. How long have you all been in town?
Oh, quite longer than you, I would imagine. Longer than you've been alive.
I assumed.
Probably.
I assume so. Yeah, definitely doesn't sound like you would be willing to move. And I wouldn't ask that of you. You seem like you've quite established some roots here, and I would hate to ask you to give that up. However...
Then what are you asking for?
Well, like I said, we're hunters, and we have one specific job. And you kill us, another group will come, and then another group, and I'm sure that's quite a hassle. But we have some friends who were concerned. the apartment complex over near the school?
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, quite a few people have been going missing there and drawing quite a lot of attention to yourselves.
I fail to see how an apartment complex near a school has anything to do with my home.
Well, you have a family, don't you?
Yes.
And, are they always careful when they go hunting?
What exactly are you accusing me of?
Overhunting a population that is, quite frankly, a bit scared, has taken notice of you, and will not stop until you're gone. I'm merely asking that perhaps you keep your family in check.
And I assume you bring to me some sort of proof that my family has done the things you say they have?
Did we take a picture of the wolf's head insignia?
Yeah. Eos did,
Yeah,
actually.
she just pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just gestures to Eos.
I think to really sell it, like Eos gets out his phone, opens up the picture, and then hands it to Terry so that Terry can hand it to.
Terry just holds it up.
Okay. And what do you think this proves exactly?
Is this
I
not
see a painting on a
your
door.
symbol?
I see a painting of a wolf's head on a door. I don't see a body. I don't see anything connecting any of my family to anything you said we've done. Did you find anyone dead in your apartment complex?
We found quite a few partiers. I mean, how big is your family, really?
You have no idea. So it looks like you have a picture of a painting on a door, and you've come to my house to accuse my family of what sounds like murder.
Yes, that sounds
With
about right.
threats and weapons, and I still don't see any proof of murder. What was your name?
Terry.
Terry. Do you know anyone that's dead? You found any evidence
Not
of
personally.
any dead people? Of any, you called it hunting. No?
Only the missing people, which I would adore if we could just find them and return them to their homes.
Tell you what. If you are so convinced that I am holding a bunch of hostages in my home, across town, I assume, since you say it is by the school, I assume you mean the university. If you're so convinced, fine. Look around. My home is yours. Take your shoes off before you go upstairs.
Thank you. That's very hospitable of you.
I'll have tea waiting when you return. She just watches you.
I have a quick question. That car outside of your house, that's yours?
My son's.
Well, we saw that car outside of the apartment. We wanted to see and just investigate to make sure that we thought maybe that there's a chance that it wasn't. Your son apparently wasn't actually involved in any of this. Sent one of our fellow hunters up, and almost immediately they tried to You know that thing you vampires can do, the whole brain thing. Almost immediately tried to do that to her.
And you saw that happen?
No, our friend told us.
Oh. All right. Well, I assume your friends are completely infallible. Do you have any proof that my son's car was at this apartment complex? Or just that you saw it? Because as
Did we take a
tempted
picture
as
of
I
the
am to...
car?
I don't think we took a picture of the car.
Nope.
Nope. No, do not believe so.
Like I said, we came here to investigate, and that's what we're doing. I'm sure that you and your family have nothing to do with this, but we just want to be sure that we're all on the same page.
Like I said, my home is yours. I just had the carpets cleaned upstairs.
She's just gonna give her a kind of a glare, and then like taps Terry on the shoulder. I'll check upstairs.
I will
Who
come
has a
with
cell
you.
phone? Who
That's
has
a
a
good
cell
question.
phone in on me? Okay. When
think
you
it'd
get in
be
a safe
Terry.
place, give me a keyword, because I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna, no, I'll just text. I'll be like, dude, it's really weird that they just had carpets clean. Like for DNA, be a text I send to Terry.
Right, well, we'll be upstairs then.
Okay. And she turns around, starts putting a little bit of sugar into her tea. While this conversation is going on, Ash and Yuna, you can hear it. Voices sort of carry down the hall, especially on tile floors. So you're sort of down the hallway, hiding around a corner, sort of listening. Is there anything you would like to do while you're hiding?
She's still in the kitchen, though, right? Like, we're basically hiding somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Ash is just gonna be like... I could probably start Knife Drone up as a distraction. Have it come buzz the backyard or something. Give us a chance to slip out.
I mean, I'm looking around where we are, but like I don't really expect to find anything. I'm also trying to keep half an ear on the conversation, and just the more she's talking, the more I'm just getting really visibly pissed off. Because this is like every high school bully that ever messed with me, with all of this logic that she's got going on about, you don't have any proof that I did anything wrong. All you have is what they said. Like, oh my god.
They're bloodsuckers and gaslighters, the worst kind of monsters.
Oh yeah.
I don't think,
But like
I don't think Ash is doing anything right now because we're in a tight spot.
I'm very quietly rooting around in the next room, like trying to find anything, but like I'm also listening.
Okay. Yeah, the voices carry, you can hear pretty well. Ash, you sort of keep an eye out while Yuna, you make your way around this area of the first floor. There's a couple of doors here, one at the end of the hall, sort of one on the side. There is a like a half bathroom, one of these. Not a lot in it, covered with a couple of things in it. You can quietly sort of look through there very quickly, and then make your way down to the end of the hall to this other door, sort of keeping an ear out. It opens into what looks like the master bedroom, sort of a large bedroom in here, ensuite bathroom, that kind of thing. Very like minimalistically furnished, sort of sleek lines, that kind of thing. You rummage around a little bit. Yeah, you don't find really anything of substance, but you do kind of get your bearings a little bit for kind of the layout of at least the bottom floor of this house, and you could sort of see as you snuck in that the stairs that go upstairs are next to the front door.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to take any huge risks right this second and risk blowing the whole thing up in our faces. So like, I'm just being quiet and taking the lay of the place and just trying to find anything that I could use to my advantage in terms of like the architecture.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you start to essentially get a lay of the land, hiding out, sort of making as little noise as possible. As this conversation comes to a close and steam slowly starts pouring out of Yuna's ears, you hear a chair sort of scrape as Terry gets up from the table, and Eos follows her. You can see them, Ash especially from where you are right around the corner, make their way back down the hall towards the front door, and head upstairs to the second floor of this house. How would you all
And
like
I have
to
a question.
proceed?
At some point while I'm in the van, can I get out a homework laptop and use like software to start snooping in this lady's files, like whatever's on her network?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see. You're already in the network. So to say, it takes you a few minutes to kind of sift through everything that you start to go through, and eventually you start to make your way sort of into her computer that is in the house on the network. It's labeled like desktop 387K for a bunch of numbers and letters, but you find it. You make your way on there. There's not a whole lot of stuff on it. You find a few files of pictures that have been taken. There are some family photos. You recognize a few of the people in them, because one of them you thought you killed yesterday. He is a recognizable face to you. You all saw what he looked like. Yeah, and they look like family photos. There's him, two other young men who are similarly dressed. I will say, for your money, Marcy, sort of looking at these photos, they do not all necessarily physically resemble each other. So we've got different hair colors going on, different skin tones, sort of different like facial structures, that kind of thing. So you wouldn't immediately think maybe they were biologically related. One of them, however, the one that you recognize, looks very, very much like the woman that is in the photos. So you sift through those for a while. You make your way into her email. Again, there's not a lot of stuff in there. There's several folders that are labeled. It's all very organized. So there's a folder that's labeled like tax information. There's a folder that's labeled office. There's things like that. And we start flipping through. So emails from work, that kind of thing. There is a folder that looks to have some sort of like saved documents in it that look to be vaguely like real estate related. Like perhaps she owns more than one property. Yeah, it's boring, but that's the
I might take
information
like
that you get
notes
from
like where she works. I might take a few screenshots of the family photos. Like she's linked to something bigger. So.
Okay. Yeah. You start pulling information about her off her computer. It's relatively easy. You take yourself some notes, save some of the photos to the cloud, that kind of thing. Yeah, you start kind of stockpiling a folder on her. Let's see. So while you are doing that, Terry and Eos, you are making your way upstairs.
Oh god.
Terry with the phone in her
Cosmic.
pocket.
she was the worst. It took a lot of self-control not to just like swing.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, she mentioned that she cleaned the carpets. Do you think that's probably related to that?
Could be. Maybe she just likes a clean house, but you can certainly look around and see if you can find anything.
Yeah. Do you want to split up here, or should we just take each room together?
I don't think splitting up further is a good idea.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. So what's the layout of upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Essentially, the upstairs is kind of one like long hallway, kind of going towards the back of the house. It looks like there are like 3 bedrooms up here, a couple of bathrooms. It's pretty. It's not remotely like labyrinthine or anything. It's pretty simple to get around. So yeah, you start going through one by one. You find a couple of, again, sort of minimally furnished, very sort of stylish, expensive, but minimalistic furniture in 2 of the bedrooms that look like they're used as actual bedrooms, and the 2 bathrooms. The bedroom at the end of the hall looks like it's being used as an office space. There's a desk in there, desktop computer sitting on it, a few shelves of books, a couple of filing cabinets.
I want to look through the filing cabinets.
Okay. You open a couple of them, start looking through. Again, there's a lot of stuff in here. Some of it is like tax records from the last few years. Some of it looks like it is, again, sort of like real estate related information. So different contracts for the purchase of different properties. Most of them look like houses, from what you can tell in the descriptions and things like that.
I'm gonna take a picture of the real estate information, unless Marcy already saved that. I'll just take a picture and text it to Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You take some pictures. You text them to Marcy. Marcy, some of the documents are similar. Some of them were stuff that was not in the email. Comparing them really quick, a lot of the addresses on them look the same as what you found, so you have some extra reference now.
I just text her, everything's in the cloud. And I might ask her if it's wood or carpet. And I'll text like my friend works in forensics, and sometimes they do like a blood cleanup. The blood can slip into the cracks of the floor or like under the carpet padding. So I don't know if you guys can like slice and check. I'm just worried there's like a murder scene or something up here. So
is it wood or carpet?
It is both. Some of the rooms have wood, so the hallway and this room that's been converted into the office are like hardwood. Bathrooms have tile. The other 2 bedrooms have carpet.
Yeah, I'd probably look for, especially in like the corners between the wall and the floor. I'd probably like check there as well, just in case there's any kind of residue, anything that seems like something untowards went down here. Probably move any like, I'm like, after speaking to her, I'm not really a fan, so I don't really care if I wreck some shit in the process. So like I'm moving things out of the way. Like I'm moving like bookshelves and wardrobes to see if there's anything like behind them, under them, anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, you start going through. Excuse me, all my voice is starting to go. You start going through the rooms kind of one by one quickly, moving sort of bedroom furniture, sliding it out of the way. And in the first 2 bedrooms, you don't really find anything. You go into the office, and as Terry is going through the filing cabinets. You start to kind of shift them a little bit out from the wall, and you don't find anything until you make your way around to one side of the room, and you go to sort of shift one of these bookshelves, and you go to put your hands around it, and you can reach around the right side of it and find a gap, but the left side of it is like flush against the wall.
I think when Eos notices this, he just kind of like sighs and then kind of laughs a little bit and goes, I think I just found a trap, like a secret passage. I'm gonna try and like
open it.
I'm not gonna go open it all the way, but I'm gonna see if I can open it a little bit.
Okay. You go to the right side of this bookshelf, you sort of hook your fingers behind it, and you start to pull, and you hear just a little bit of a scraping sound, like of hinges kind of against drywall, and it starts to shift out from the wall.
I was ready to pull every book off of that bookshelf.
I think, okay, so when he notices that, he like puts it back in place as quietly as he can again. Okay, chances are if we go in there and she finds out, she's gonna attack us, because I don't think she expected us to find this.
Do you want to take her out first and then check it out?
I mean, I really do want to take her out, but I do want to make sure that we're taking out the right person first, because as much as I don't like her, I don't know if she actually knows what is going on. We were sent after the 3 vampires, not technically not her.
It's true. Well, then in that case, do you want to check it out, the secret passage first?
Yeah, I think that's the best option. And I kind of like whisper, I just kind of like talk, not louder, but like directed at like wherever Terry's pocket is, and say, Marcy, we found a secret passage there. I don't know if you hear this. Can you text Yuna and Ash about this? I don't think they're in the call.
Yeah, I whisper back. I'm like, I'm on it. Guys.
All
And
right.
I text the group.
Okay, as this is going down, you all get the group text saying, "We think we found a secret passage." Yeah, you receive this. Terry and Eos, you're gonna crack it open.
Yeah.
Okay. You go back and you pull on the bookshelf again. It kind of grinds a little bit as it slides open across the wood floor, and you can see where there is there's sort of like an open space between the corner of this and the wall, where you can see a gap, essentially where it would sort of come out 90 degrees and then slide back into the wall. So it is not just sort of left hanging out open. And behind it, there is a large steel door with a short handle.
Try the handle.
Yeah.
Okay. You try the handle and it opens.
This door was unlocked. Perfect. And I'm gonna try pushing it open and just poking her head out.
Okay. You push the handle down and push it in. It swings in part way, and you look in, and essentially you see a short hallway, pretty dark, that is leading into a dimly lit room a few feet down.
So, okay, Terry, I'm gonna go in. Do you want to come with, or do you want to stay back just in case the others come?
She pulls out her crossbow and is just like, I'll go with you. I'll cover your back.
Okay. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. While this is going on, really quick, before you walk into the hallway, Yuna and Ash, what do you do with this information?
I imagine I go up the stairs very quietly. Of course, I don't want to attract any attention.
Okay.
But I'm gonna head up the stairs because
Try and carefully get upstairs.
Okay. So the two of you start to make your way around quietly. You can do that easily enough. It's not far to go. Quietly, swinging around, making your way gently, slowly up the stairs and down the hall. You'll get there in just a moment. Marcy, you listen from the van with bated breath. Excuse me. As Eos and Terry have already opened the door and gone inside, you make your way down this hallway. Like a spooky. Hold on. You make your way down this hallway. Their feet sort of clacking on the tile floor that is inside. It is dark, but you can see a sort of dimly lit room in front of you. You make your way in as the room opens up, and it is dimly lit by these like the fluorescent lights in the ceiling. There is Eos. You can see as you come in, you can see a little bit, sort of a switch on the wall, like a dimmer switch. You walk over, put a hand on it, and flip it up so you can see. Around the edges of this room, what you see first are bars, like cage doors. And you see inside them several people looking alive. Some of them laying on cots, a couple of them asleep. And as you walk in, you see one of them in the back of the room, sort of eyes go wide, get up from the floor as she runs and grabs onto the bars.
Immediately just go.
She starts to say something. As you shush her, you hear a loud slamming sound behind you. As the door slams shut, and from down the hall, Yuna and Ash, as you make your way towards the office, you see swinging open the office door again, and walking out, a familiar face, a tall young man with black hair, slicked back, leather jacket on, as he shuts the door behind him. And that is where we're going to end for today.
That's a really good cliffhanger.
Because I want to have time to do outros.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean,
my
we're
God.
in danger.
I could sustain myself on your facial expressions alone.
That was
Hope I didn't
really
scare
good.
anybody too bad.
Oh my gosh. That was so good.
Hope I didn't
Not so
scare
good.
anybody too bad. So that is where we're going to
Lied
end
to
for...
us.
Of course she did.
Uh,
You brought a katana into her home. All right.
Yeah,
So
dude.
while we have a little bit of time, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. Let's go ahead and do selfies, and then we will say goodbye. So we are going to do our big moods of the day. For those of you that maybe are not familiar with the system out there, these are our advancement mechanics. So these can happen during the session, a lot of times there's a lot going on, so we leave them for the end. But we do these once per episode, and we're going to go around and everybody marks their big mood for the session. It's an important moment to them, so something tragic or hilarious, or just something really, really ridiculous that they did, but something that was important to their character this time. So we can... I can call on people, or if anybody has one in mind, we'll start with you, Rin. Okay, go for it.
All right. So mine is it hot in here, or is it just Eos? And it's going to be just enjoying the moment that Terry and Eos had, and being the perfect wing person and knowing to get the hell out of there so that they could have that moment.
Yes, that's good. All right.
Oh god, mine was gonna be related to that as well.
All right. So is it hot in here, or is it just Eos? Yeah, Drac, do you have one for Eos?
I can't think of a clever name for it, but I'll be honest, I literally realized today with this session, wow, Eos is a himbo. He's the himbo of the group. So I need something related to that. I could just go with hashtag himbo. I don't know. Hashtag Katana himbo.
It needs to be
Katana
I need a himbo. I need a hero, the song.
I need the himbo. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Good. I love that. All right. Yeah.
Mine I have is a shoulder to lie on. Because she lent her shoulder to Eos to take a nap.
Y'all are so good at coming up with these. I literally can't stand it. All right, a shoulder to lie on. Okay, yeah, and then the other two.
Hashtag get in the van. I'm just like the driver today. Getaway driver. I've always wanted to be like, Yeah.
Well, you know what? Marcy might have the opportunity soon. We'll see what happens. I love that. Hashtag get in the van. Yeah, Celeste, do you have one for Una?
Mine's probably just hashtag Secret Agent Una. With the wig and the conservative outfit and just... yeah.
All right. Yeah, so those are our selfies. Those are wonderful. Add them to your scrapbooks. And yeah, we are going to call it there for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us, watching live. Those of you in the chat, for the retweets, for the subs. Thank you so much for all of that good stuff. We're so glad you got to be here today, and we hope to see you next time. One more time, I'll give a shout out to the wonderful sponsors that we have this season. Obviously, the schedule for this season is pinned in the Encounter Roleplay Discord, so check it out. We've got a lot of wonderful games and the companies that make those games. We could not do this without them. Check them out. We've got Modifius and Zweihander and Axe and Punk Defiant. Lots of great stuff. We have Dungeons and Dragons on Mondays, which we're playing in the Snowhaven setting, and obviously we've got iHunt on Wednesdays. So yeah, thank you to all of those wonderful people, and thank you for those wonderful games, especially obviously Machine Age Productions, who makes iHunt. I will shout them out real quick, because you can buy the physical iHunt book now. On itch.io, you can go and actually buy the actual physical rule book, which you get a discount for if you bought the PDF, like I did. So definitely pick one of those up. It's wonderful. Everything about that book is just wild and great, and it's totally worth it. So check that out for sure. If you got some good clips from today, please post them in the Discord so we can watch them and laugh at ourselves and share in that joy, and also so we can put them into consideration for clip of the week. And then also, if you missed any of the session today, or if you want to catch up on the old ones for this show, as well as all the other shows that have happened this season and in past seasons as well, you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/counterroleplay, and watch stuff. Give the video some likes, throw a comment down there if you're watching this later on YouTube, and tell us something that you liked about the episode, because we also do comment of the week, and we'll put those in consideration. And then also we like to hear from you, and we appreciate you being here with us, whether it is live or sometime in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna let these folks tell you where you can find them when they're not here and what they've got going on for the rest of this week. Yeah, we'll start with Celeste and go around.
Hi there, I'm Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter. I'm Celeste Shepherd here on Twitch. You can catch me here every Wednesday with iHunt. You can catch me every other Sunday over on Matt the Killer GM's channel, twitch.tv/MattTab7, playing some Masks Sunset City. Things were so crazy this past Sunday, and it's so much changed. It's never going to be the same, and I'm still reeling. But yeah, come catch us, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday over there while we play some more of that. And things are coming to a head. Boy, oh boy, we are going to get that climax soon. As for me personally, I'm going to be running a little charity fundraiser here on my channel, twitch.tv/Celeste Shepherd. I'm going to be playing a little Final Fantasy XIV, trying to get an objective from a jumping puzzle that is very notorious and very difficult to get, and making it so much harder for myself by letting you donate to make me start over. So that's going to be fun and should be super entertaining. And hopefully we can raise some good money for a good cause. So fingers crossed. That's going to be December the 17th, I believe I said. Yes, December the 17th.
And I'm Morgan, also known as Imaginatrix on all of the internet, everywhere. If you want to find me, Imaginatrix is what you look up. I'm a cosplayer mainly, and I have projects that I post and stuff, so if you're interested in cosplay, check it out. But normally on Friday nights, I'm hanging out with G Game Nights, playing the Sprawl Neon Souls, which is super fun. Play a hacker named Clarity. She's super spacey, and it's just a lot of fun. I get to play with Savvy there, so check it out.
Ooh, that's something in my throat. Hi, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short, because it's easy to say and way easy to spell. I'm all over the place. You can find me obviously here at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm playing Hustle and Claw. Immediately after, like literally 15 minutes from now, I'm going to be over on Rule of Law's channel, playing a Cypher System campaign called Infinite Horizon, where I play a time-traveling lizard alien. It's a lot of fun. It's great. Every Thursday, you can find me over on Scrib the Bars channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, playing a D&D campaign called Heroes of Eastera. This Friday, as part of a charity event we're doing over on Friends Roll Dice, which is a TTRPG Twitch channel that I'm a co-founder and the event organizer of. We're doing a superhero two-shot where we're playtesting a new superhero system called Legends, the superhero role-playing game. It's very exciting. I'm going to be in that. It's going to be from 7:30 Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. We've got some really cool. We've got really cool superheroes in the works. It's great. I'm very excited for that. Every Saturday, you can find me over on Chromatic Chimera channel playing a Burn Bright campaign called the Trio Bright at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I play 100,000 telepathic bugs who are in like a hive mind. It's great. It's fun. It's ton of fun. What else do I have? Also, as I mentioned, I'm the co-founder and event organizer of Friends Who Roll Dice, and we are doing a month-long charity event where we're raising money for the Philippines for the whole of December, because they've recently been hit by a ton of typhoons, one of which was the biggest typhoon to ever reach landfall in recorded history. And having to deal with all of that plus a pandemic is a bit much, so we want to do what we can to help. So we're doing a bunch of 2-shots, 1-shots. We did a big 10-hour charity stream last Sunday to raise money for the Philippines, and we're going to keep doing that. So just keep an eye out on Friends Roll Dice's Twitter, which is Friends Roll Dice. We're going to be tweeting out a bunch more details on that. But yeah, that's me. Ooh.
Hi, I'm Renus of Party Wipe Games. You can catch me most places on Party Wipe Games, both Twitter and Twitch. Most of the things we'll be doing lately will be on my channel if I'm not here. Tomorrow we have Scum and Villainy, a game we call Rocksteady, where I have a new character because my pilot had traumatized out, and him and his war buddy went on a drinking bender, and they're missing. So I am now playing a robot by the name of Marvin7, and I'm sure hilarity will ensue. Friday, we have nothing. Saturdays, we play Waterdeep Dragon Heist. That's coming to its final chapter, so that should be wrapping up shortly. Sundays, we started a new Things from the Flood campaign from Free League Publishing. It's fantastic. The group tried to sneak into the old Loop Foundation to rescue a missing friend, and instead let something else out. So they're going to find out what that was eventually. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Mondays, I have a homebrew campaign that has been largely on hold because of the holiday season, and overtime on my part makes me tired and I don't want to run things. But it's normally a 5th edition homebrew campaign that has to do with gnolls and cannibals and other fun things like that. Tuesdays, we run Vampire the Masquerade. That was fun playing it yesterday. I also take place here, Octum Cthulhu. Before that game, I got a pet pal, so hey, open your hearts and your wallets if you want to give Eos a delightful dog or cat or Tyrannosaurus or something, because he deserves it. But I got one, so the pet pals work, people. It happens. I have a wonderful dog. His name is Rasputin. And then, of course, Wednesdays I'm here. So that's my whole week. Check us out and open your hearts and wallets.
You totally need a T-Rex on the team. Just saying. So everyone, Team T-Rex, yeah. So my name is Elise. A lot of people know me as D&D Elise on Twitter and Facebook. I'm a published games guild writer and on Dark the RPG for D&D 5e content. I'm very fortunate to be a part of a ton of DM's Guild bestsellers. These next two are gold bestsellers in the DM's Guild, Blackstaff's Tome of Wizardry. It's a ton of super cool, unique wizard classes you can add to D&D 5e. Project led by Michael Watt from Pyromaniac Press. And then a project I led called Through the Veil, Tales of the Feywild, which is 10 tier 1 through 4 one-shot Feywild to introduce your campaign into it, or just to have a one-shot. Currently on sale in the DM's Guild. All the holiday specials going on. Yeah, that's it. So.
All right, and one more time, I am Savvy. I'm the director of this game. You can find me on Twitter at Savvy Seaworth, where right now I'm just posting songs from my 2020 Spotify Wrapped and tweeting about all of the different games that I'm currently in. Obviously, for the next few weeks, I'm here on Wednesdays. I am also here on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Encounter Roleplay, playing Dungeons and Dragons in Song of the Deep, where we're using the Snowhaven setting. There are some really wonderful folks in that game, so coming out with us on Mondays. This week, I have a lot going on. Tomorrow, we are streaming our setup episode on twitch.tv/game nights. It's game with 2 G's and nights with a K. That's where I am when I'm not here. For the second season of our Good Society game. It is called Elegant Magics, season 2 of Elegant Suffering. And we're playing Good Society, and we're using the Pride and Prejudice and Practical Magics supplement. So there will be magics, and there will be fae, and there will be more high society shenanigans. So we're going to stream our setup for that, so we can sort of create the world on stream. It's going to be really fun. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. On Friday, like Morgan mentioned, I play the Sprawl over there with her and a few other friends in a game called Neon Souls, the tagline for which is basically just fuck corporations. So it's really fun. It's really fun. We have a really good time. On Saturday, our Saturday Nights series this week is Saturday Nights Apocalypse, where we're continuing to play a chopped and screwed version of the Princess of the Apocalypse Dungeons and Dragons module. There are zombies and I think aliens and maybe a Godzilla. We're not sure yet. So even if you've played Princes of the Apocalypse before, come hang out with us because it's different than what you know. And then on Sundays on my channel, I run a game of Monster of the Week. It's called Slaying 101. We just had our 40th episode of it. So it's been going on for a long time. That's Sunday afternoons at 4 o'clock. And that is what I have going on this week. It's busy and I love it. So yeah, that's where you can find all of us. We will be here same time, same place next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, the next show here on Encounter Roleplay is going to be tomorrow. That is the Sunflowers, our Accent Punk game, to come hang out tomorrow night with those wonderful, wonderful folks. And I guess that's it. We'll see you next time, and thanks for being here with us today. Bye, everybody.